Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the same clip as you saw yesterday. Reason being is because I had to clear out my cache of a whole heap of video captured footage just so that I can accommodate Call of Duty Vanguard. What can I tell you? Alright, it's the same clip. Sue me. But anyway, greetings one and all. This is Really Works. Welcome one and all to my channel. And today the results are in relation to Insurgency Sandstorm. And this is on the basis of me watching 3 different people playing the game. Alright. First of all, Pemby, who's been playing a lot of it on solo and also co-op, and also Erlo, who's been playing a lot of solo and co-op. And last night watching 3 of my fellow ball bags, Hitman, Burt and Shaney Boy, basically playing it on co-op as well. So the results are in. I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I won't be getting it, and I'm going to tell you why I won't be getting it. First of all, disclaimer, I'm not trying to shit on the game. I'm not trying to shit on anybody who basically enjoys the game. If that's your cup of splosh, that's your cup of splosh. However, for me, I won't be getting the game for technical reasons and for entertainment reasons. Now, the technical reasons has been the bugs that people were basically talking about since the game was basically released. That is why I wanted to see how it would play between PS4 and PS5. That was my main concern, and it's the same concern that a lot of people basically had since the game came out. And I think it was in September the game came out. And I know it's early in the day, and what have you, and considering the price of the game, it's a small price to pay. But my thing is, at the end of the day, is that if you got a game that's basically going to be PS4 and PS5 compatible, it's got to at least perform right from the get-go. Do you know what I'm saying? However, it being ported from PC and it being released from 2018 as a PC game, there's a lot to consider in terms of basically porting it from one format to another. So I do appreciate the fact of the work that they have to do in order to get that shit done. However, I don't want to have in the back of my mind, boy, I wonder if the game is going to cut out. I wonder if I'm going to freaking get kicked out of the game while I'm playing a freaking really good game where the team is really basically firing on all cylinders. I don't want to be thinking about that at all. I don't. I really don't. Not anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I'm paying money for something, at least give me the basic shit. Give me the basic shit of the game actually working. Now, if my internet is crap, then my internet is crap. I can't blag my way out of that. But to know that everybody's basically playing the game, good internet, bad internet, indifferent internet, and the game is performing as it should from the get-go, that's for me. You know what I mean? I'll work with that. You know, the day one patches and all that baloney, yeah, that's something we got to basically, you know, deal with. But at least when you have a day one patch, I don't care if it's freaking 1 gig or a terabyte, right? If the thing is going to make the shit work from day one, then I'm cool with that. But then, you know, 2 months down the line, when so many sales of the game has basically gone through and people basically saying, well, we got a problem here, guys. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I can't play with my PS5 buddies, or my PS5 buddies can't play with my PS4 buddies, and blah, 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 blah. And they're going to say, well, we are aware of that. Okay, of course you're aware of that, but what the fuck are you going to do about it? But then they say that they're going to basically do something about it. You know, just like Sledgehammer, just like Infinity War, just like Activision. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't want to have it in the back of my head at this moment in time with the bugs that's already in there, wondering if it's going to cut out if I basically play with somebody that's got a PS5. I'm already at a disadvantage by even thinking that and not even concentrating on the game. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, next up is the entertainment value. And I have to say from the get-go, I find the game too tense. And I know I'm going to get a chorus basically saying, well, that's what it's supposed to do. But hear me out. That kind of tension, I don't mind for a couple of games. In fact, I don't mind it for 3 games. But I don't think I can play the game on a daily. I don't think I can play that game on a daily, right? In comparison with COD, Battlefield, Far Cry, or any other game that I'm into right about now. That amount of tension on a weekly basis, I can't take that. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I mean? Because for me, it's like, yeah, I'm doing my studio work, I'm doing my music work, and once I've done that, I just want to sit down and chill and kill. You know what I'm saying? But if I've got that added tension on top of it that I don't need or I don't want, yeah, I'm not going to be playing it on a regular. So in comparison with Call of Duty, which I'm kind of getting a bit hyped up about, it's not really going to get my attention. And the very fact is that I'm willing myself to like Insurgency Sandstorm for whatever reason. And I feel that I'm lying to myself by even doing that. So for me, the tension is a bit much. It's a bit much, but it's there if you're into that sort of thing on a regular. I get it, right? What's the next thing? Yeah, the next thing is that I find the game has RPG tendencies. Now, whether it's a good thing, whether it's a bad thing for the individual, that's debatable. But for me, it's neither a good thing or a bad thing. It's just an inconvenient thing for me, especially with shooters of that nature. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't mind having to work to get certain guns and get certain attachments and this and that, but I don't want the complication to add on to the time. I don't, because I can already see it. It's like, some people might have their loadout basically ready to go, and I just don't, because I don't know how to freaking navigate the menus just to get what I need. You know what I mean? And that's just a whole heap of time wasted. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have patience for that. And I'm being honest, I don't really have the patience for that. I do have the patience where everybody can get their shit at the same time and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, yeah, you got to learn the functionality of the game. You got to learn just the mechanics of the game. And I get that. And coming from a PC standpoint, there's a lot to consider, right? But that's the difference between PC players and console players. It's like PC players eat up that shit for breakfast. For me, it's like, no, I just want to just plug, play, get my loadout, name my loadout, boom, done. Kill, chill. You know what I mean? And last but by no means least, I have the overwhelming feeling that I'll be making do with the game. I'll just be settling for this game because there's nothing else better out there, which is not good. For me personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me personally, I just feel like I'm making do with that. And I can't be doing that. You know what I mean? Now, there's questions to be asked. If it was reported and YouTubed to death that EA and also Sledgehammer's Call of Duty Vanguard and Battlefield 2042 were solid games, well-presented games, well-functioned games, would I buy this? No. And I don't think a lot of people would buy this either. And I know that a few people are not even buying this at all. But I'm just basically speaking from my standpoint. If I knew that both Battlefield and Call of Duty were totally well-functioning games, would I even think about this? No, I would not. If Pemby didn't recommend this to me, or Erlo didn't recommend this to me, would I even think about buying it? Would I think about it even being on my radar? No, of course not. And that's the thing, but there are cult classics that kind of happen through word of mouth anyway. So it's not a bad way of trying to get, information and get a vibe about a game that wouldn't ordinarily be on your radar. I get that. But at the same time, when you got two heavy hitters like freaking Call of Duty and Battlefield 2042, and for some people, those are the only games that they would buy every year. And there's a thing to be had about annualized games that I won't even begin to talk about in this video. But at the same time, that doesn't really help gaming either. But in this instance, in relation to Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042, and Insurgency Sandstorm, it doesn't come anywhere close. I think people are just appreciating Insurgency Sandstorm because it's different. You know what I mean? And, anything apart from the usual dirge that we get from Call of Duty and Battlefield is going to be different. But even Battlefield now doesn't feel like Battlefield. You know what I mean? So an argument can basically be had. But I'm kind of digressing. the point I'm making right about now is that I simply cannot make do with a game that A, I'm not really used to, B, I need to kind of test it out, and C, you know, there's no demo for the game. That's just my personal critique on that, on the presentation of Insurgency Sandstorm. But watching my brethren play it and seeing how it basically functions and everything else, everything I've seen in all of those streams, I've come to the decision that even at £27.90 odd, I won't be getting this game because I don't think I'll be playing it as much. You know, there's games that I've got in my library that I know I'm going to be playing until they're done, like Far Cry 6. I haven't played much of it this week, but I know that I want to finish it. I want to get to the finale. I want to get to the side missions and just rinse it. Some people would just rinse it on the freaking day. They would just play 12, 13, 14, 15 hours within the first week of the game. I don't really play like that. I'm more tactical than that. You know what I mean? But yeah, those games I don't have any regrets in buying because I am a fan of those games. But for a franchise that I'm not really familiar with, and especially a game like Insurgency Sandstorm, which has come from a PC standpoint, it's gonna take a lot of convincing for me, and the main test was to see how the ball bags would function with it. And you know, for the most part they're enjoying it, but for me, looking at it, watching how it basically plays and knowing how I would play, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much. You know what I mean? And I'm being totally honest, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much, and it'll be a game that I wouldn't be playing regular anyway. I don't see myself playing that game on a daily, whereas COD, yeah, I'll play that on a daily, easy. You know what I mean? You know, because with COD, it's like a Big Mac, right? With Battlefield, it's like a steak, a gourmet steak. That's the difference. You know what I mean? I know the difference between the two, and I would get full enjoyment from the two of them. But where this basically stands right about now, I think it's the very fact that zombies even prized any money out of my pocket for Call of Duty Vanguard. Because at this moment in time, I'm not really giving two shits about the multiplayer, but I'm absolutely getting hyped about zombies on Call of Duty Vanguard. You know what I mean? So if that's worth the money, if it's a waste of money, that can be entirely debatable. But right now, for me, personally speaking, yeah, that's where I'm at. I will not be getting Insurgency Sandstorm. I don't want to be willing myself to wanting the game. I don't want to be willing myself to thinking I'm going to have a good time when I play it. I don't want to be willing myself to be thinking that, well, maybe if I do play it, maybe I might not get it. I might not get a crash on my system. All of that stuff is going to be in my head when I play the game, and I don't want that. I just want to chill and kill and rinse. That's it, man. You know what I mean? With no more tension than I basically need. And that pretty much is that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. So, yeah. Let me know what you feel. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your vibe is. Whether you agree or you disagree. Yeah, it's all good. You know what I mean? If you're happy with it, I'm happy for you, and I'm happy with you, as my tagline says. So with that, I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to bounce. And like I've said before, whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre, happy gaming. If you are happy gaming, I'm truly happy for you, and I'm happy with you. So until we link up next time, people stay blessed. I'm out of here. Maganski. Later, Rudies. Bye-bye.